Hey, what's up everybody? Tobin here. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for watching. On today's video, I'm going to show you guys a super easy, a super cheap, and quick way to make shutters for just about any house. Stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss this one. So if you guys have watched our channel for a while, you know that we live in a older, about 25-year-old double wide trailer house. It's a fixer-upper, and we're constantly improving it and doing DIY projects and just getting things a little better. So we don't show the front of our house a whole lot, but if you've seen it, you might know that it's just kind of bland, it's kind of blah. There's not much going on up here. We do need to get some trees and maybe some shrubbery. I don't know what all, but today we're gonna get some shutters put on the house. This is a really easy way to do it, cheap and quick. But we're gonna do the entire front of the house, and let me go show y'all what we're using. All right guys, this is gonna be very simple. If you look at the top of our windows, we have a drip edge up there that helps just water getting in the windows. So we're gonna just go right under that and start with the shutters. And what we're gonna use is just some simple 1x6 cedar wood planks, cedar fence planks. He's trying to get me. It's a yellow jacket. So these are about $3 or $4 at Home Depot, and they make, I mean, they're great for doing lots of projects with, but today we're going to use them for shutters. So I'm going to pre-cut everything. I'm going to pre-measure everything, pre-cut everything, and then once we get to that point, I'll show you guys how I'm going to assemble them on the house. So all you're going to need are these cedar fence planks from Home Depot, Lowe's, anywhere like that. Just do your measurements, how many windows you have, and how wide you want to go with them. A saw, got my saw set up back there, and then screws and a drill basically is all you're going to need. I'm going to use screws that are just slightly longer than the thickness of those planks, just so it will get into the siding on the house and hold, but not to go so far in there that you might hit something you don't want to hit. So you definitely don't want to go too long on them. So, all right, I'm going to stop talking, get to work. All right, got most of the cutting done yesterday evening. I may have to cut a few more pieces, but I've got 98% of it done. Stopped by today and got some more screws. I knew I'd need probably more than what I had on hand. This is what I'm using, but you know, your measurements may be different, or your need for screws may be different. Like I think I showed you all yesterday, they're gonna go through the wood and then have enough to get into the siding on the house and bite in there, but not go too far into it. You know, if you're doing this on a brick home, you know, you may have to use anchors and anchor screws or whatever, something like that. So maybe a different application. But what I'm gonna do now, real quick before I get started, is I'm gonna pre-drill some holes in there. If you were just to run these screws straight through those wood planks, it would for sure split them. So I'm just gonna pre-drill some pilot holes in there before I start putting them up. Little tip that I was doing yesterday is I was I was cutting about 4 pieces at a time. I was stacking them up like this, 3 or 4 at a time, and cutting them. And I'm gonna do the same thing when I drill the pilot holes. I'm gonna line them all up and then drill through 3 or 4 at a time just to save time. Probably on these longer planks like this, I'm gonna put 6 screws per plank. The problem that's probably overkill, but the problem that I foresee happening is if they're not secured well, they're gonna warp with once they get wet and stuff. So that's the reason for that many holes. And then it'll all make sense when I get going. I'm gonna put some cross pieces on there, and I'll probably just put a couple screws in those. So let's get going. All right, y'all, it's done. Probably, I mean, conservatively, probably 3 hours in the whole project. I don't know if y'all saw her on camera. My wife came out here. She helped me pre-drill the pilot holes and helped me start some of the screws, just hand start them, so it was easier to get going. But this is what we got. I think it adds a lot to the house. We'll probably Honestly, we're gonna we built those. We have a video on building those porches, the front porch and the side porch over there. It's on our playlist, go check it out. But we're probably going to stain those porches to match our back deck and porch that's for our pool. And then when we do that, we'll probably carefully stain those shutters as well without taking them down. We'll just stain them while they're up there, so they all match. So they'll probably end up being darker, but they look good now, I think. Y'all comment below, what do y'all think? Go up here and get a little bit closer look. So, you know, this is something that you would, if you guys are doing on your own, you'd have to kind of cater to each specific window. I went these are 1x6s. I went 3 slats wide, and then I did 3 cross pieces. If I wanted to be real precise, I could have made sure and got these screws here under that piece, and so on. Some of them just happen to be that way, but most of them didn't line up that way. I'm not worried about it that much. You know, 99% of the people are going to be looking at it from the street and they'll never notice. But you could also, you know, if you have a window that's more narrow, you could go with, you know, 2 cross pieces. And then you can see over here for this kitchen window, you know, it's quite a bit shorter. So I just did, you know, just 1, 2 cross pieces on each side there, but still did 3 up and down. So, and then there's a little window over here by the kitchen door, and we weren't sure what we were going to do with it. So we just kind of trimmed it out with a few pieces we had left. I'll show you all that. With the light being right there, we couldn't go 3 wide. I don't think we maybe could have got 3 wide if the light wasn't there, and maybe got within the door frame, but it has still been close. So we just opted to go just with 1 on each side, just to kind of trim it out. And again, this is the other porch we built. There's a video again on our playlist, but we'll probably end up staining it, and then probably staining the side pieces to match on that as well. All right, guys, hope that helps y'all. Like I said, really not a lot of materials to get. We've got another project coming up in the house, so I bought way too many screws, but they're going to get used for that project. But just the cedar fence pickets, screws, just some patience, which I don't have much of. But one other question we might get is just if we're going to do any caulking around the pieces. If we do, probably just across the top. That's all I would caulk, and then that would just help water from getting you know, coming in from the top. But other than that, I mean, in my opinion, water is going to get in between there no matter what. And if you caulk along the edges and then along the bottom, you're just going to cause it to stay in there and not give it a way to get out. So, all right, y'all, hope this video helps y'all. Do us a big favor, go down, subscribe, leave us a comment, hit that thumbs up button. It just helps our videos get seen. A big spoiler alert, we've got a lot more DIY videos coming to y'all soon. We recently, in the last couple days, found out that we had a water leak in our guest bathroom. And so we were going to go ahead and completely remodel that bathroom next spring, but that's gonna happen now. So we're gonna try to get that done in the next month and a half or so. Some of the stuff we've done before, some of it we haven't, so we're gonna learn as we go, but we're gonna try to video as much as we can, so y'all stay tuned for that. Thank y'all for watching.